Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. Well, I was finally able to get my hands on one of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rocksteady action figures. So let's take this guy out of the box and see how he measures up. Alright, so here we have the TMNT rocksteady action figure in box. Now, the box art is pretty standard. It's that new design with the 4 characters right up here on the side. You get your TMNT logo right here, and there's not really much else for the front. The back is pretty much your standard as well. You get a nice little bio for the character. It's kind of odd thinking that this is a Steranko from the TV series. I mean, I was a little apprehensive about that at first, but it's kind of grown on me. You also get the display of some of the other characters that are coming out in the line. What's kind of interesting is some of these actual characters have rotated out with other ones depending on which characters you get. I think Monkey Brain and Napoleon have been switched out with other characters. I can't remember Napoleon's brother. I think it's Rasputin or Genghis. I can't remember. I think it's Rasputin, but that's the big fat frog, the one that was kind of like Jabba the Hutt. They're going to be making an action figure of him, although I'm not really sure why. Along with the Dream Beavers and the Squirrelnoids have been switched out. I've seen actually pictures of Muckman on back here, so that one's actually going to be cool. I wonder if he's going to pop in the series or if that's actually going to be based off of one of the characters that we've seen in the past. So without anything else to say, let's actually open this guy up. Alright, so here we have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle rocksteady out of the box. Now, I will say there's a lot of good things about this guy that I'm happy with, but there are a few little downsides and nitpicks. First of all, I'm just going to say it is his overall size in comparison to the Turtles. Yeah, I can understand that they're trying to make these things smaller and more cost-effective because their aim is at little kids. And it's not like other toy lines like Transformers or the Marvel Build-A-Set figures where they're really going after the collectors and the kids. Still, in the TV series, he's supposed to actually be way bigger than the Turtles, like probably about Dog Pound's height. But I can kind of forgive that. The other thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with is his leg articulation. Just because of how his legs are designed, I mean, his legs can swivel up and back like this, and that's about it. You can kind of get him a nice sitting position if he was going to be in a car. But with how his feet are designed, it makes him very hard to stand. Well, I mean, he's standing right now, but he's very top heavy, so just a little tiny poke or nudge will actually send him toppling over. I guess maybe if his feet were a little bit longer, that'd give him a little bit better balancing issues, but right now, yeah, if he have his weapons out too far, he's going to fall forward. There is a nice heft to the characters, so he definitely feels a little bit more powerful weight-wise, and especially comparison to Bebop. Another thing that's lacking on him is a little bit of paint deco on his 2 brass knuckles right here, but I'm going to overlook that because that could kind of be a pain in the butt to paint right in there, so I can understand that. And I might just add a little bit of gold paint to it myself. I've kind of had a lot of fun customizing some of my figures and adding a little bit more grime or detail to certain places. Now, you might think that this is actually a little bit of a mess up right here on his shoulder pad, but I was actually looking at the box art, and these shoulder pads do have this little extra brim right here, so that is a little bit misleading, but it is accurate. Now, as far as the good things go, I really love the detail on this guy's skin and his head sculpt. It looks more like a rhino's head, even more than the original rocksteady action figure from the 80s, so that is something that's actually kind of cool. And they could have easily just made this a same color as the rest of his skin, but I'm actually happy that they painted his horn white and actually even gave him a little gold tooth right here. Now, as far as his articulation goes, his head can move side to side, his arms can move up and down. You get a little bit of wrist articulation right here, and we already talked about the legs. And his waist can move too, which actually leads me to something that I really also enjoy is his shoulder pads or suspenders right here. They're actually made of this nice softer rubber, which doesn't hinder any of his movement side to side. And because they're pegged at the back here, they could actually probably be removed. However, I'm going to advise against it. Just because if history is going to repeat itself, once you take the belts off or these suspenders, there's probably going to be a big pain in the butt to get back on. However, this is loose enough to where I don't think that's going to be that much of an issue. Still, I'm not going to try to chance it myself. Now, the 2 weapons he comes with is a sickle and a hammer, I guess going with his Russian theme from when he was still Steranko. And they're good weapons, although I do wish I had this hammer a little bit earlier for a different project I might actually cover in one of my cool customs or custom corner reviews, but that's a video for another time. I will have to say that I think with his design, I also love his camo pants. They're actually a little bit better than the original 80s line character. Anyways, getting off track. As far as this character goes, I think he's a whole worthy successor to the whole Rocksteady line, and I'm really happy that he's actually appeared in the show. Well, without anything else, this has been a look at the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rocksteady action figure. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.